A certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him, and went to him, and bound up his wounds, poured in oil and wine, and set him on his donkey, and brought him to an inn, and took care of him. Luke 10, verse 33 and 34. The familiar story of the Good Samaritan depicts a man who was helpful in a situation in which there was no possibility of repayment. This kind of love was rare in his day, and also in ours. After the wounded man recovered, do you suppose he studied for the priesthood? Probably not. The image of the priesthood had been badly marred by the experience on the way to Jericho. Or do you suppose his regard for the Levites was high from that time on? Probably not. But he never again felt the same nationalistic prejudice against Samaritans. Of that we can be assured. He probably retold the story hundreds of times to anyone who would be willing to listen. Leslie D. Weatherhead relates the following story. Not far from my home lives a little family of a mother and 4 children. The eldest, a little boy of 10, is partly paralyzed. He cannot walk. They had all been members of a certain church, and I will not even name its denomination. But when her husband fell ill with tuberculosis, no one visited the home, and although all the children at the time went to Sunday school, no one heeded. The father died of tuberculosis, unvisited by his minister, whose house is less than 5 minutes away. Then, said the woman, some Roman Catholics heard about us, and they have been wonderful to us. Materially, they have been generosity itself, and for the semi-paralyzed lad, they had done all sorts of things to help. Then looking at me, the woman spoke the sentence that lived in my head forever since. She said it with a kind of half-frightened look in her eyes, as though she was afraid of some rebuke of mine. I hope you won't think that we've done something wrong, she said, but we have become Roman Catholics. And then she added quickly, without waiting for me to respond, they never said a word about religion. They were just unseasonably kind to us. Maybe the greatest witness or means of conversion isn't the knowledge that we have to share with others. Maybe instead it is the love that we extend to one another. And as always, think on these things.